Storytide and Harper Audio present The Haunting of Bellington Cottage by Laura Parnum. Performed by Emily Rankin. For Hannah and Cape May. 1. Bellington Cottage was the perfect place to create a haunted house. Dark, secluded, mossy. Its outside walls were made up of rough, aged stone that probably housed all kinds of critters for the winter, like spiders and mice. Maybe even bats. The chimney of the towering 3-story house poked through the snow-covered roof like a gravestone, and the starkly painted red door was the only shock of color among the skeletal trees and white landscape. It was like something straight out of an old horror movie, but with a freshly plowed driveway, thanks to the rental management company. Iris darted out of the car and raced across the snow to get a better look. "Don't you want your coat?" her mom called after her. "Nah, I'm good." Iris welcomed the cold, fresh air after being cooped up in the back seat of their stuffy station wagon for most of the day. She stretched as high as the purple cast covering her left arm allowed, while the icy wind whipped through her hair and clothes and chilled her flesh. "This is going to be amazing!" As the wind swept across the yard, an old-fashioned swing made from 2 ropes and a plank of wood whirled about under a humongous elm tree near the front of the house. Iris pulled out her phone and took a picture of the whole spooky scene. Then she crunched across the yard, delighting in making the first footprints over the clean blanket of snow. When she got to the swing, she caught hold of it and brushed the ice and snow off with her good arm. The seat was painted the same menacing dark red as the cottage door. She sat down on the cold, smooth plank and gazed up at the 2 top windows of the house. "I call the 3rd floor for me and Violet!" she shouted. When Iris had broken her elbow a few weeks ago, the prospect of this ski trip to Vermont had turned from epically awesome to monumentally miserable. Think torture by boredom. That was until she found out Violet would be coming along. Hilarious, creative Violet, who reveled in spooky things just as much as Iris did. It had been 3 long years since Iris's and Violet's moms, old college friends, had gotten their families together for a week-long vacation in Cape May, New Jersey. But with Violet living all the way down in Florida, they hadn't seen each other since. "That's fine, kiddo. Now let's go inside before you catch pneumonia." Her mom blew warm air into her cupped hands before lugging her suitcase from the car to the front porch. The wind howled eerily through the trees, and the branches creaked and moaned, a perfect sound effect for a haunted house. Iris opened the voice memo app on her phone. She tapped the record button and held it up to capture the eerie sounds. Almost as if on cue, a crow flew overhead, cawing loudly. Violet would love that. She had a thing for crows. When Iris had about a minute of spooky sounds recorded, and the seat of her jeans was beginning to feel cold and soggy, she hopped off the swing and jogged toward the cottage, eager to see inside. Maybe there'd be candelabras covered with spiderwebs, secret passageways hidden behind bookcases, and gloomy portraits of somber old people with eyes that followed you around the room. "Watch out for ice," her mom called from the front porch. "You don't want to fall and hurt yourself again." Iris jolted to a halt. A phantom pain shot through her arm at the memory of her fall. The terrible snap of her elbow and the circle of horrified faces staring down at her as she lay on the ground at recess. It had happened only a few weeks ago, right after her best friend, Delia, moved to New York. With Delia gone, Iris had attempted to make new friends with a group of kids who were doing tricks and flips off the monkey bars. Iris learned right away that she was not a tricks and flips type of girl. The new friends thing obviously hadn't worked out. The pain had been excruciating, and not just in her arm. The bright red door of the cottage was even more ominous looking up close, with its long, black hinges stretching like spider legs across the wood. The whole cottage had an old
Sample complete. Ready to continue?